Many newcomers have been having a lot of trouble with the parry mechanics in Space Marine 2. This video will show you how to stand your ground and parry absolutely everything that the Tyranid and the Forces of Chaos throw your way. Welcome to the channel. Let's dive right in here. Now before we get into the combat, we do have to take a look at a few stats that I think maybe some people missed initially when they criticized the parry system of this game. Some people, including Asmongold for example, no shade. Now you're going to notice that these weapons have a defense stat. You want to pay attention to that. When it says balance, you can parry with that weapon. The window is a little bit tight, but you can do it. When it says fencing, the window is enormous. You have a lot of time to parry. When it says block, however, you cannot parry with that weapon at all. So just be mindful of which weapon you pick. Obviously, if you want to make your life easier when it comes to parrying, just pick a weapon that says fencing. It's going to be much easier. Now here I'm just showing you, just in case you don't know, whenever you master a weapon, whenever you buy a new weapon in a new tier and then you master it, you can spend an armory data to master it, like I'm doing right here. I'm going to master it now. Now this gives you a mastery point. You can then switch over to the perk tree and spend the mastery point to gain a new ability. While you're there, please feel free to like and subscribe if this is helpful at all. So that being said, once you do all this, you want to pick a weapon that gives you the ability to parry. Obviously, at least a balanced type. I'm going to go ahead with the fencing type. Once that's done, feel free to load into an operation. I just realized I'm sitting across from Dr. Dre. Even in the year 40k, it's still Dre apparently. Okay, so the parry animation here, you're going to notice there's a brace followed by a second part of the animation, which is kind of like a swipe. Let's do that slowly. Brace, then swipe. Now that swipe, that second part of the animation, is what you want to have connect with the enemy's attack actually. This is why whenever there's a blue indicator, you want to press the parry button right away so that the second part of your animation connects with the enemy's attack. So this is contrary to the way it would work in a game like Sekiro, where you want your attack to connect precisely with the landing of the enemy's attack as well. That's not how it works in Space Marine 2. That being said, you probably know by now that any attack with a blue indicator can be parried, and that'll trigger a gun strike, like so. That said, you don't have to wait for a blue indicator. You can actually parry pretty much any attack, except of course the ones with an orange indicator, like I did there. In fact, you can even parry multiple attacks at once, provided your window is large enough to do so. In my case it is. Again, orange indicator equals dodge, blue indicator equals parry, no indicator also equals parry. You can of course dodge, but let's face it, this is not Black Myth Wukong. You're a Space Marine, just stand your ground and beat the enemy. Obviously, as you probably know by now as well, use your executions liberally. They will regenerate armor, and also they give you invulnerability while you are in the execution animation, so it's just a good way to dodge attacks in general. And again, as I mentioned, you can parry these blue indicator attacks to trigger a gun strike more often than not. Sometimes enemies will do 2-hit or 3-hit combos. Don't left click prematurely, you'll get hit by the second part of that chain. This is just something you're going to learn. You're going to learn their combos and when the gun strike will be triggered just by playing the game. You're just going to get used to this. Okay, so far, blue indicator equals parry, orange indicator equals dodge, no indicator equals parry or dodge. More often than not, I would actually recommend you parry. And you can also parry any enemy type, like even a Ravener, like you see here. So you can parry Minoris enemies, you can parry Majoris enemies, as we've seen in this video already. You can also parry Terminus enemies, like the Ravener here. And you can parry multiple enemies at once as well. You can parry attacks that don't have a blue indicator as well. It will generate gun strikes, provided that you parry the correct hit. In this case, for example, it was the second hit in that enemy's chain. Every enemy will have different chains. You're just going to learn that over time. And obviously, you can then use this to trigger executions, get your armor back, etc, etc. This is what makes the flow of the combat in this game so enjoyable. It's honestly amazing to be able to just weave seamlessly through different parries, perfect dodges, gun strike, into putting an enemy in an execution state, regaining armor, regaining any lost health, any recently lost health of course. And it's just what makes this game so awesome. And in my opinion, this is game of the year. But maybe that's just me. Now when you do get hit by an attack like that, you saw the orange indicator come out, I got grabbed, I got pulled in. Don't just start panic dodging, anticipate the next attack, stand your ground, again, stand your ground, and just parry it. You're going to be fine. You'll get a gun strike, you'll get your armor back, you'll put them in an execution state, you're good. Now that said, you can even parry bosses like the Hive Tyrant that you see here. So just, once again, stand your ground, don't panic dodge, parry, gun strike, and just melt his health bar. Weave in your attacks, weave in your perfect dodges whenever you need to for those orange indicators, and then just parry everything even if it doesn't have a blue indicator. Obviously if it does have one, it's even easier. And then enjoy all of that armory data and XP that you're going to get through these operations. So that's about it. That's how parrying works. I just wanted to cover that because I had been seeing a lot of criticism coming in regarding the parry system in this game and how maybe it doesn't work for a game like this. I think that in fact it works beautifully. It's amazing, and I don't really ever want to see another Space Marine game without this system. It's really good. Of course they can improve upon it, but I think it's a great foundation and it's a lot of fun using it. So with that being said, if this video was enjoyable, please feel free to like and subscribe. I do want to make more content for Space Marine. I've been loving this game. It's gotten me into the lore. I'm even looking at a tabletop army now, which is going to be painful financially, but hey, we'll figure that out. Anyways, if you enjoy this content, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll keep it coming. Otherwise, please feel free to drop by my Twitch stream as well. I stream almost every day, and I'll catch you on the next one.